colon, writing ID equals 72914, variant equals standard, title equals The Silent Revenge. I recall to this day the precise moment of betrayal. The conference room smelled of old coffee and chillier ambition. My slides pulsed on the screen, the product of 6 sleepless weeks, all numbers double-checked, all concepts mine. But when the applause erupted, it was not for me. It was for him. My manager leaned back in his chair, propping his elbow on the table, one hand carelessly draped over my work, wearing my sweat like a brand new 3-piece suit. "I worked my staff hard," he said, pausing enough to look heroic. "And this is what I came up with. I came up with it." This was the first chink in the floor beneath my feet. The second was 2 days later, when my check arrived, halved, boxed up in a considerate email that rationalized theft as restructuring budgets. That's when something inside of me changed. I didn't rage. I didn't confront. I just went still.
He hadn't always been that way.
When I met him, he shook my hand with a handshake that nearly had me believing. He said I was like him, young, hungry, full of potential. I believed I had gotten myself a mentor.
I believed he saw me.
He did, but not the way that I had wished. Compliments escalated to requests. Requests turned into demands. Demands became expectations. Before I knew he wasn't picking me up, but standing on my back, it was too late. But I don't blame myself for trusting him. Trust isn't weakness until you put it in the wrong hands. Evidence for his theft grew step by step. My code written in his name. My reports written in his voice. Invitations to meetings that never reached me, only so my ideas could be sold with me not being around. Each theft was a cut too small to kill me outright. He needed me alive, functional, out of sight. Until the pay cut. That was not just theft, that was erasure. That evening, gazing at the figures, I didn't cry. I didn't explode. I schemed. Retribution doesn't smolder in flames, it lurks in quiet. I began with control. I replicated every document, every message, every countdown. Not for vanity, but for proof. A breadcrumb trail even the blind could trace. He was blinded by greed, believing I was too shattered to care. Then there was the resignation letter, brief, formal, polite. I thanked him for his leadership. I even wished him luck. He'd read it, sneer, and discard it. It wasn't for him, however. It was for the name I filled in with thought in the CC line, the CEO. Not the press release signing executive, the actual one. The founder who started this company in his garage. The guy who hated parasites more than he hated failure. I knew what a single CC would do. My resignation was the bullet. That copy was the trigger. I showed up for work the following morning as if nothing had happened. He stood in the glass conference room, beguiling a new client with that smile that had stolen too much.
His phone then rang.
I sat at my desk, seeing color retreat from his face. His lips were moving, silently speaking words, reading the email again and again, wishing words would change. The client was mumbling on. He heard nothing. When the CEO appeared in the doorway, face carved from granite, I knew the game was over. No asking. No screaming. Just a gesture. 2 fingers calling. My boss rose to his feet and trailed like a prisoner to the gallows. The repercussions were immediate. By noon, his name was removed from the directory. By evening, rumors made the rounds of the corridors, contracts botched, doubts pilfered, money lost. My files did all the talking. And I was already elsewhere. My resignation remained in effect. I didn't stick around to revel in it. I didn't have to. My silence was triumph itself. At times, I remember that day, particularly when he realized the walls weren't falling on me, but on him. The expression on his face when he realized the one who believed him expendable had already placed the blade to his throat. They asked if it was good. It wasn't good. It was right. Justice does not thunder, it whispers. And when it thunders loudly enough, even the mighty go white. That was my revenge. Not anger. Not blaze. Just a quiet email, an unobtrusive CC, and the choking sound of a man swallowing his greed. And the nice thing about it? He never saw me smile.